Today we're going to be talking about this quilt that I have right here with me. This is the Hammock Gear Incubator. Now this is the economy version. I'm just going to be going over some of the key features and give you a couple ideas of why you might want to pick up a quilt like this one. So before I dive too far into any of the specifics, quickly I'll touch on the differences between the different lines of quilts that Hammock Gear makes, specifically between the economy and the premium. And now I believe they're even going to be offering a UL ultralight version. So between the economy and the premium, the only real differences is that in the economy, you're going to get a slightly lower fill power of down inside of here, which just means that it's not going to compress down quite as tight for you. And it's going to take a little more down to achieve the same temperature rating. And then the other key difference is that in the fabric that they actually construct the quilt with is going to be a higher denier, just meaning it's going to weigh a little bit more. So those are the only two main differences between the two, which in the end means that for an economy version of the quilt, you're going to pay a little less money, and in exchange for paying that little bit less of money, you're going to have a quilt that's slightly heavier and that packs down, not quite as small as a premium or an ultralight version. So here I have it laid out inside the hammock here so we can get a look at the inside of it. As you can see, it's long channels or baffles where the down's stored within the quilt here. You just have long ones that run down the entire length of the quilt here. And then at the ends, you have a draft collar, which is some down, putting a little collar here that helps cold air from coming in underneath of you at nighttime. And the quilt's attached with a suspension system, which is basically just some shot cord that runs through the entire quilt through this channel right here, and it can slide up and down on this shot cord channel. And then you have a secondary suspension system that's just connected up here that just helps you slide the quilt up and down. And here's a slightly better look at it. As you can see, this is the Hammock Gear Incubator Economy. This is a 20-degree version. So here you can see the suspension, the one long piece of shot cord that loops around 2 channels here, comes the whole way down, up the other side, and then your quilt can go up and down on there. And then, like I said, you have your secondary suspension here that can adjust that, make the adjustments for you. Another thing about the Hammock Gear quilts is they have a kind of, I forget what they call it, but a cocoon type shape. If you can see how it kind of comes down and forms this shape right here, it really just forms the quilt around you when you're inside of your hammock very well. Now I have the quilt on here, kind of situated how you would have it if you're about to get in it for the night. Like I said, the secondary suspension here, have it tightened on both sides a little bit just to bring it up and give you full coverage. And then you also do have, this is the draft collar suspension, which just tightens down here around the ends and just prevents any cold air from coming in. And you have that on both sides. Now that we're laying in the hammock here, as you can see, this is the full length quilt. So it's going to give you coverage from your head, pretty much covering your entire head here, down to your feet, covering your entire feet. So covering you head to toe. So I lay down in here for the night, get my side lay a little bit. And I'm completely covered head to toe. I'm a 5'11", and this is a standard length version. So who do I think this quilt is best suited for? I definitely think it's well suited for people that are newer to hammock camping. Possibly, maybe you have been using a sleeping pad as your under insulation and you're looking to take that step up into under quilts. I think that this is going to be a great option for you. If you're just starting out in backpacking, there's a lot of stuff that you need to buy. It can get expensive real quick. So if you're looking for a high quality underquilt at a lower price point that's going to get you having a really high quality underquilt, I think this is a perfect option for you. It's also a good option for maybe you already have a 3-season setup. You know, maybe you have 40-degree quilts and you want to get like a 20, a 10, or a 0. And it really doesn't matter the weight that much to you because it's wintertime anyway. And you want another set of quilts. I think economy is a good way to go for that. Something like winter quilts, because packing down size and weight isn't really nearly as important in the wintertime. I think the Incubator, the full-length version of the underquilt, is also good for people that are newer and more inexperienced with hammocks and quilts. The full-length version that covers you from head to toe is going to be the most easy, set it and forget it type of quilt that you can get. You really just slap it on there, tighten up the suspension a little bit, and boom, you're set. You're going to be covered head to toe. Tighten up your draft collar a little bit. You're going to sleep warm all night long without having to think about it too much. If you go with the 3/4 Phoenix version, then there's going to be a little more manipulation that you need to do in order to stay warm, and it can be a little more challenging for newer hammock campers. So I bought this quilt with my own money. I've used it many, many times. I have nothing but good things to say about this quilt. These quilts will keep you warm comfortably down to the temperature rating that's listed on there. Those are comfort ratings, not survivability ratings. So generally, whatever degree you decide to go with, you can count on that being able to take you down to those temperatures comfortably. When people are new and looking to get quilts, one of the first places I do tell them to look is at the Hammock Gear Economy line. You're going to be getting a high quality American-made piece of cottage gear at a very reasonable price point. It's the same craftsmanship that goes into their premium quilts. Like I said, the only difference is the material and the downfill power. So if you get something like this, you could feel very confident that you're going to have a high quality piece of gear that's going to last you many, many years. You're not going to go wrong purchasing a Hammock Gear Economy quilt. If you're interested in purchasing one of these Hammock Gear Economy Incubator quilts, I'll have a link in the description down below. And if you want to support the channel, you can go through that link. If you decide to purchase, I'll get a small amount of money at no extra cost to you. I hope this video helped you out. I hope it was informative. If you have any more questions, please just leave them in the comments down below. I'll answer any questions that you have. Anything that I might have forgot to mention in this video, I can answer that for you down in the comments.